They laugh at me because I'm different. I laugh at them because they're all the same. And for those who aren't smart enough to comprehend what I'm laying down here, I'll get to it in just a second. But first, I need to discuss some things. Some things that have irritated me. You see, I like how you still doubt me, even after all I've done. Even after all I've proved, you still doubt me. You still think that I'm scared. You still think that I'm going to tuck my tail between my legs and run. I'm not intimidated. Not in the slightest. You see, I like how you think that Oblivion sucked my dick and praised and put all these thoughts in my head telling me how great I was and how much potential I had and all these great things that I was going to do. You see, they told me that I was going to do them, and what happened? I did them. But that's not because they told me I was going to do them. It's because I took those moments for myself. And you see, I did it on my own. Oblivion didn't help me win all the championships that I've won. Oblivion didn't help me win the Rags to Riches briefcase. Oblivion didn't help me do shit. I did it all by myself, but yet you still doubt me. Said that I don't know anything about Brotherhood because I turned on Oblivion and I stabbed them in the back. And the only reason why you turned on me was because you were afraid I was going to do the exact same thing. So you did it first. Now, why on earth? Why in this entire solar system of planets, hell, this entire universe, would I ever think that turning on Nicole Little is a good idea? What would I benefit from that? I'll tell you why you turned on me. Simply because you have commitment issues. You can't commit to a partnership with someone like me simply because you don't like me. Simply because that's not what the fans are used to seeing. You want to give the fans the same old shit. And then when something new and fresh comes into your career, and it's a great thing, you push it to the side because it's not what you're used to. It's not what you're comfortable with. Let me tell you something. You know who carried the Howling Roses? It wasn't you. It was me. Because while you were getting beat up and dragged out of your house and rushed to the hospital because of Kine, I was defending the World Tag Team titles for the Howling Roses with someone that wasn't even my partner. And guess what I did? I successfully defended them. I walked into the Death Clock match and defended the tag titles for the Howling Roses because you were tired and you sat on the sidelines. And I would have successfully defended it then, but you ruined it. Because you are in the back pocket of the Outer Circle. You see, I'm so tired of you entitled little brats. And that's where the quote from earlier comes into play, ladies and gentlemen. They laugh at me because I'm different. I laugh at them because they're all the same. They're all entitled little spoiled brats. Let's start with Clay Mercer. He thinks just because he's bulletproof or the agent of chaos and he's been doing this longer than most of us. Actually, he's been doing it longer than everyone here in SVBW. He thinks that he has a say-so around here. Hunter and Dustin are entitled simply because they think that they always have to be at the top because of how many championships they've won. Congratulations for winning all those championships. Do you want a cookie? Because I can go downstairs in my lovely home, turn on the oven and bake you a batch of cookies if that's what you want. No promises that they're not going to be poisoned. Mikey Reedy. He's entitled and a spoiled little brat because I made him that way. I handed him everything on a silver platter back when I was in charge of UCWA. And look what it did. It made him a little bitch. It made him an entitled little bitch. And I saved the best for last. Nicole's entitled because she thinks she has all these connections. She's entitled because she thinks just because she has all these connections in the backyard that she's powerful and unstoppable. And that I still have to be afraid of her. Let me let you in a little secret, Nicole. Come close. Come close. I'm not intimidated one fucking bit. You wanna know why? Despite you having all these connections to all these big names in backyard wrestling, there's one thing that you forgot. This isn't the rest of the backyard wrestling organizations. This isn't the rest of the backyard wrestling community. This is SVBW. This is the Dark Wolf's domain. This is the wasteland of deceit. They step into my battlefield and it's game over. No matter who you have in your back pocket, I'm not scared. I'm not intimidated. You know, if anything, I'm the one that's intimidating. Because apparently you're going to have to shove your hand up Dustin's ass and work his mouth like a puppet to get him to talk. Bring who you want. It's not going to be enough to take out the Dark Wolf.
I'm sorry.
At Survival War, I'm not coming for a war. I'm coming for blood. Beware the howl, because the wolf isn't far behind.